What is up, y'all? Welcome in, welcome in. We are here with another cast of Copa Peru 2025 edition. Shout out to Mando XX Super for this one, who is on the server right now, as you can see. But it is going to be a classic South American showdown here. Pingüinos de Madagascar up against Fratelli de Cor. And if you've been following the South American scene at all over 2024, you will definitely recognize these teams. Penguins have definitely been a little bit more present, but this FDC squad, we got Proud, Bully, Dream, Kumi. Dream, I believe, also they had David in here earlier. I don't know if they subbed out David. But I believe, this team has competed under the names The Untouchables, Team Sin Nombre, and Pingüinos de Madagascar, also a team of many names, competing under Katsuki, Sex and Action, etc. So you may recognize these players and just not realize it. But anyways, we are here. Suicide Blitz, what a fitting match for Copa Peru. This is kind of like, in my opinion, this is kind of like a Goat versus Hikori, but a lower level of that. Just like a classic matchup. But there are a ton of teams that have been emerging out of the Peru region, so there's a lot of matchups you could say that with, but this is just a quintessential one for me, personally. It does look like we are about ready to go here. Of course, for the Penguins, they are in disguise using their Penguins of Madagascar names. We got Cabo, Skipper, Evo Rico, and Kowalski. Welcome in Ogrish 98. We got Chueco, Oa, Win a Demo. And of course, many others. Welcome in, y'all. Glad you're enjoying the action here. Always a pleasure to be able to bring y'all some competitive Left 4 Dead 2. We are going to be here on Suicide Blitz. Teams should be pretty familiar with this map. Is often in, pugging, like center, SIDA, map rotation. Maybe not one of the favorite ones, but teams should have a pretty high degree of knowledge on this campaign in general. But it does look like we're going to be waiting for FDC for a bit longer. So we will be back with the actual cast here momentarily. Hang tight, y'all. All right, let's get into it, folks. We've got a Charger Smoker Hunter for FDC alongside a Boomer. Looks like we are going to wait a bit for the hit. No spit here on this first hit. They are going to wait it out for the time being. Continuing to wait it out, letting them. They know the hit has to come in here. They try to rush down Cabo, or rather Ellis, but it doesn't really work out. Double boom on the back line, but they will be able to just walk it in. Well managed first hit for the Penguins. Now, I gotta say, I do think we're a little bit loud in game right now. Let's chill out. Let's chill out just a little bit here. Fortunately, we've got an elevator during that, so all good. Now, we are going to be approaching the kind of the event area with a button to press. Team's not going to wait here because they do know about the update. No longer fortuitous decision to wait out the bait timer. They do clear off the boom. Spit jog charge. If they rush this, they can just take a try hit. Hit should, I mean, this could be a great spit area still charge. They're waiting it out, which is going to allow Dream to get back up. I wondered if they couldn't just rush it down, but we are going to have Dream up and ready to go as a hunter. Should be able to benefit this hit quite a bit. The go has been called. They all jump through. Hunter spit will land with the charger follow-up. Not quite. Okay, so Penguins of Madagascar do definitely take some damage for their patience, about 8%, but no one dies, no death charge, no shenanigans, and they get to keep pressing forward. We should have a boom here in this. Yep, it is going to be a boom for Bully. I wouldn't be surprised if Bully sets up right outside the elevator, tries to hit him with a little boom here. Jockey, Smoker, Hunter to help out. Just going to be chilling for the time being. Going to let them out of the elevator. Not going to just send in that boom. We're going to have about one hit left. 10% until the tank comes in. Boom positioned above now. As well as, it looks like Hunter and Jockey. I'm assuming Smoker off to the side here somewhere. Yep, behind the porta potty. Goes out on the pull on row. The shotgun with the double boom. In the meantime, trying to get a double cap. Not going to work out. Gets a little bit of Hunter damage in, but very minimal damage on that hit. It is going to allow the Penguins to just keep pressing forward, and more importantly, to bring in the tank in the hands of Proud. No SIs to help him out. They're not going to go super aggressive on the chip. Of course, there is a dumpster right there that he starts volleying into play, as well as a number of cars. And now is another big decision for the Penguins of Madagascar. A very important decision to make. Do you want to take it inside and not deal with hittables, but definitely take a lot of damage? Or do you want to take it outside and deal with the hittables while possibly being able to avoid damage? And it does look like the Penguins are going to opt for the safer option, I suppose. Taking it inside. Hell can break loose here. Of course, it is a very enclosed area. Potential for multi-smacks with the tank. Tank is going to just, take his time. He takes about 500 points of chip while he gets the cars set up in case they try to leave, which they almost certainly will not be able to, but you never know. They don't fake anything out. Smoker spawns in behind. In goes the tank. Hunter Charger ready to help out as well. Missing the first smack as Coach jukes it out. In come the SIs quite early. One charge smack, and they're going to try to run it outside perhaps. Oh my goodness, they're not even going to need to. Proud is going to go down. He doesn't even get that in cap onto Ellis. Rico, do they kill him off? Do they pop the pills? They're just going to pop the pills. Pass another set over to Evo Rico. They have dealt with the tank. They've taken very minimal damage. Don't get me wrong. It's good damage. But it's such an enclosed space. I think Penguins are going to be fine with that. No in cap slowing them down. They're immediately able to press forward. Of course, there is a choke here, but they've gotten a pretty good lineup for it. Hunter into the spit. Jockey going to try to catch him. He uses the stairwell to avoid more spit damage. Just takes some more as the boom drops off. Well played by that boom. Gotta pop more pills. Continue to drop in the bonus. Of course, Survivor's careful to not trigger the alarm, but no hit up. Able to get over the up and over choke. And it looks like, I'm assuming FTC would, no, it does look like Penguins are going to give them the respect. They're going to slow it down. And FTC does have the option of sending in the tri-cap with a spit here. They're giving them a lot of separation, but the important part is they can all get vision on each other still with those SMGs. Double shoddy, I believe. Good damage. Finishing off the hit. Still 377 bonus. Nothing too crazy for Penguins, but definitely a good start. Last chance hit here for FTC. Of course, you know, 40% is proportionally a lot of bonus. But since this is a short chapter, it's not going to amount to a ton of points. Still will be a nice start for them. 768 as we watch back the tank. Hello. As we watch back the tank, he rolls it in. They get some nice chip there with the SMG. Smoker spawns in behind. The SI send it pretty early, especially with two trapped up in the corner here. Ellis does manage to get around the back, right into the hit. Boom. Good clear on the Hunter. Charger able to just get one smack. They chase down that Smoker as well. And it is what it is. Not quite able to finish off Evil Rico. As we take it over to Fratelli Decor's side, be interesting. They can't show up the Penguins. I know the Penguins have been getting a lot more screen time recently than FTC. And the predictions definitely reflect that. Pretty heavily skewed in favor of the Penguins. We'll see if FTC can't surprise. Charge no good. Smoke pull in the back will get in some, as well as two charge smacks. 5%er with a trip with a quad boom. Not going to matter too much. They're just going to walk into the elevator, but still nice display by them on the first hit. Great way to start out by the Penguins. We got a short break. We get to enjoy the elevator music this time. They sacked off the boom last, but you'll see there's no charge here. Question is, what are the Penguins going to do in response? Are they going to send the Smoker over? Yes. You can see the Smoker died. I didn't quite get to the camera quickly enough, but he did kill himself off there. And now he is going to have a 15-second timer with the elevator opening right now for FTC. So the time is ticking here. It does look like Cabo will have more than enough time to get the charge up. Penguins are just saving for the run back anyways, so it works out perfectly for them. And now they've got exactly what they want for this follow-up hit. They can go for the death charge. They can sink in the damage in that enclosed space. Wow, they can send it extremely early if they wanted to, and they can find a hit onto Coach, stacking everything onto him. It, in my opinion, turned out to be a little bit lackluster there. And FTC is immediately back in. Wow. Okay, so they sack the hit, they get what they want, but they send it really early. I would have loved to see something else come out from Penguins in that, but of course that is in hindsight. That is all in hindsight. You know, if that surprise hit worked out, we'd be like, oh my god. I believe even having the death charge potential there if they didn't back up so quickly, but they kind of baited it out, and they weren't caught off. FTC was not caught off guard by Penguins' surprise hit, and so they were able to avoid it. Penguins still getting a little bit of damage. Pretty much tied with FTC. And, okay, Cabo not going to have that boom. I'm not sure what happens to him here. 10 seconds until he gets his new SI. That gives FTC plenty of time to push forward uncontested, but I do see some spawns in the backline perhaps from this Penguins roster. Is it going to be the quad? No, it's just going to be a boom. So very unfortunate that Penguins didn't get that earlier, but regardless, they could have maybe just chosen to save it anyways, so no big deal. Gonna have the Hunter smoke pull, and the charge does come in from behind. They land 2. Boom does eventually manage to find 2 as Ro moves up to clear the smoker. Another 5% hit. Solid damage from Penguins, but still got a lot of work left to do. And the question, the possibility for FDC to get a huge point, not huge, but you know, sizable point advantage after the first chapter, it's still possible. I think if they take it inside, it's going to be difficult, which is what they're angling to do, possibly.
Let's go down the street.
We got 3 Uzis and a Chrome, so the potential to take this outside and heavily pressure the tank is definitely there as well. Currently just using those SMGs to clear commons, keep it chill. They got Proud, getting some tank chip. Welcome in Chicorizo. Tuned into Copa, Peru. Eventually hits a car over. We got the dumpster going to get hit in as well. Off to, wow. Way too close for the survivors. Not in the best spot now, but I love that they're taking this outside. It's definitely the riskier strategy, but it can pay off quite well. Hunter can't find the target. Right into the tank car. They're very happy that they got the clear so quickly. Jockey follow up into the car, but it's too late. The charge is too late. The car has already been hit off to the side. Cabo will be able to get the corner onto Bully, but that's going to be that one in cap, and they're good to go. And that's about the only player that took damage during that. Let's see how much bonus they've got left on the pickup. Definitely a precarious situation, but you got to give it to FDC coming out on top there. Got about 200 bonus advantage on Penguins for the time being. Very even match so far. Exceptionally even match so far. We'll see how much chip FDC loses through here, or maybe more than chip. It's definitely possible. The go-go being called. Hunter on the rooftops. Ricochets through. Smoker on the back line. Not going to be able to find anything. Can't find Proud. And Boomer going to die last. Hit completely avoided by FDC. And they have definitely shown up in the servers so far. Will that continue to be the case? No guarantee. But very strong showing from them here in the early stages of this match. They switch over to the 2 shotgun, 2 SMG setup as they head through the final close quarters area. Also, you know, just get to re-up ammo as well by doing that. Smoker, Charger, Jockey, Spitter. The go being called. FDC, they're looking good. They get the Jockey clear. They avoid almost all the spit. Smoker re-clear. Well done by FDC. That hit like it was a breeze. Still almost 60% of the bonus. These hits have not been finding any headways out of the Penguins.
Reloading.
And they're still up. FDC is still up here. Excellently done by them, but they're not quite done yet. It is going to be one final hit here. Hunter, Jockey, Charger, Boom. Proud trying to block spawns the best he can. Jockey does manage to get on his head, which allows the Charger spawn as well. Smack. No, he takes a charge instead with the smackdown as well. Hits worth over 10%, quite easily 15%, and it will end up being a minuscule lead by Fratelli Decor. About 30 points-ish there as they lock in 800 even. And as we watch back this tank, honestly, that Smoker, Jockey, Charger spit hit might have been the better clip for FDC. They did such a good job of baiting it out. Penguins just got a little bit antsy, and they sent it in quick. Can't find any value with the charge. Jockey Smoker seem to overlap, which they mop up quite easily. But you do get to see this dancing act from Proud back once more as his team very swiftly clears out those SIs that did actually make the connection. Usually, you know, they're dead in the water there if they get hit with a Jockey or a Hunter or something like that with the car so close by. They're dead to rights, but team very quick on the clears. This Hunter, you can see, took a very long time, not able to find it. Jockey does, but of course you don't have to stand back up from a Jockey. Charge comes through, but the car is already on the opposite end. Unfortunate for that tank. Now, Charge trying to get the jump spawn in the bathroom. Nicholas is going to be blocking the spawn. Doesn't look like that hit will work out. Charger is going to leave it alone. Goes back in for more. Boom actually finds it. Evil Rico with the one boom onto Rowe, who wasn't quite careful enough, and gets to tuck back behind the debris. 10 seconds left for another reboom on this one. Smoke actually spawns in there right into the charge. Smack, smack. They're not going to need it as the charge goes in through the stairwell. Takes a long time to clear that jock as well. Beautiful 10% hit by the Penguins with no spit. They didn't get any surprise spawns, but that smoke pool, it wasn't that I loved. Okay, so you land the smoke, you've got a charger. What do you say? You say, fuck it, I'm going to lock in that charge with the smoke. No. Penguins had bigger plans with that smoke. That was not just a setup for the charge. The charge blocks the entry, which also makes it so the smoke can't get cleared and gets extra value. In comes another hit. Smoke pull. Charge that time. Not going to be able to line it up. Not able to get that spit value. Still going to be 15% plus over 2 hits. Penguins of Madagascar definitely meeting their damage quota so far, with the tank coming in here in the hands of Evil Rico. Oh, Boom tries to hop over, but doesn't go out of ghost form. They do land the double. Charge hanging out. Just going to climb over with the Boom Chaos. Hey, he finds him. They do sink in a little bit more damage. As you can see, they are now 10% over the tank percent. But they have to keep pushing forward into this courtyard area. Fratelli Decor narrowly winning Chapter 1, but currently they are oozing out bonus with each and every hit. And more importantly, blood. The jockey smoke, again, a little bit of standing spit will be effective. The hits have not exactly had the star power that you might hope for in the follow-up here from Penguins, but they're definitely getting the damage in all the same. Got a charger ready with lots of death charge potential through this area in specific.
Oh shit!
No spit. No smoke. Hunter's ready, going for the DP. Will land onto Rowe. Nice 25er through the brush of the tree. The Boom takes a dip into the cool waters beneath. And they will definitely take a 25 DP there. Beautifully done. Hunter once again goes for another DP. They've wised it up to it, but the smoke pool, he can't quite find it. Can't find anything. Oh, they do eventually find the Hunt Spit with a number of charged smacks. Oh, FDC continues to take big damage. Even the aftercare here lacking. Bully goes down. Crowd is 11 HP. Another beautiful hit by the Penguins out in the wide open. Not able to defend against the Penguin hits. Beautiful spit landing before the Hunt did, but the charge was causing so much chaos in the back line. Hey, he was just hoping it would work out, and indeed it did. Tank gets spawned in. Beautiful Boom, but he can't find the damage. Tries a death charge! No good. Ellis will be able to just stand back up. He takes the damage all the same, though. And Evil Rico gonna be the tank here. We got a Hunter up above hanging out. We got a jockey up by the other side. FDC, a lack of chip here. A distinct lack of chip. They are waiting it out. No, they are going to reposition up here on top of the generator on various other spaces and start challenging this tank. They say, you know, if you want the percentage, you're going to have to pay for it in blood. Smoke full. Nice clear on the Hunter. Jockey M2'd away into a rock. Does the rock land? No. Look at FDC. The hit is down. They're going to take the aggressive angle. They're bleeding out. They don't have all the time in the world here, but with the curve rock, they will have to take it. back to position as usual. Rico has gotten chipped for a massive 67 points of damage. Absolutely insane amounts of damage coming out from FDC here so far. Rico is just going to be able to walk across uncontested still for the most part, taking almost nothing for his troubles. The boom is dead. He will be able to just chill out here and wait because he's got plenty of frustration, taking almost... Actually, I take it back. They actually did get some good damage through. Knocked down to 5,664. And look at FDC. They're going to start to walk it back. Are they going to be able to AI this thing? I love this move out of FDC. They've been on the back foot the entire game, and now they are trying to pull the kill switch here. 10%, 5%. Rico, is he going to go AI? He's still on 5%. He's hanging on 5%. He's 5%. FDC is going to take it. AI tank is not going to happen. Hunter Charger Jockey, 5% is all that they will get him to. He will be able to bring it in, acting like it's AI. In goes the hit. Is it any good? Eventually gets a corner. It certainly will be with the follow-up. Smack trying to take Dreams into the water, but he dips over around. And with the rock, they will finish off that tank. Penguins does get to cash in some amount of damage there. It was a brilliant play by FDC, but unfortunately just not working out quite according to plan. 5% on the tank for so long. You got so much vision. FDC was unwilling to just dip down and trust themselves that their plan had worked. They just weren't willing to believe it, and they gave him the vision on it instead of LOSing. Charge will hop over with the smoke, but he collides with the pole. And the question is, are the tides turning here? Well, I suppose it's are the tides turning here, Coach? Are the tides turning for FDC? I'm not sure. I might have to take that one back. I don't believe the tides are turning for FDC. Bully is dead. Dreams and Proud bleeding out. They got a long way to go. Many hits left to take on. 100 Jockey Charger Spit. How's that one to kick it off here with this three-man squad that's left alive? Dreams gonna be the lead shotty, trying to cover for the Hunters. And look at that. He doesn't have anything. Trying to dodge and weave. Oh, man. The connections are still good. The hang as well. Knocks the spinner into the water.
I owe you one.
No worries, Nick. Weapons.
I love it. I love it. I love it. The jockey. Oh, I really love it. Look at it. Gonna finish it off there. Might as well have been a tank wipe. Might as well have been a tank wipe right there. 369 points for FEC. All that they're going to be able to find. Let's take it back to this first hit. Rico getting this one boom. Beautifully done. Beautifully done, but they're not done there. That smoke getting a spawn right here on the newspapers. Who even reads those newspapers? No one does, but the smoke will use it all the same. Jockey immediately landing. Charge gets through. Ellis will be the saving grace for Rochelle there. If he had gotten trapped up in the doorway as well, that would have been certain disaster for FDC. They barely fit the bill on that one. They did live to fight another day, but only making it to the tank. Let's see what the Penguins can do over on their Survivor side here on Chapter 2. We've got Hawks Teton. Welcome in. Bienvenido. Who do you think will win the ACI 2? That's a tough question. I mean, we've got so much competition. It was a beautiful match between No Skilch and Very Annoying Children. You do have to think that No Skilch should be able to lock it down from here if they're able to knock out Vac, but the match was just too close. We've also got a number of dark horses. We got Air 404 playing out of their minds as well, so we'll have to wait and see. But no Skilch definitely would be the favorite at this point, I do believe.
Look here.
Jockey Charger Smoker Boom here for FDC. They're not going to play with any of those early spawn shenanigans, which, by the way, Penguins are blocking. Jockey will immediately drop in. They've got big plans for it. Charge and connect, smoke pull. They do still manage to get 5%. Not layered as cleanly as the Penguins, but the damage still gets there all the same.
Reloading. Where's Cedar? Good question.
Closing the door on Rowe, incredibly rude. Another hit, more importantly, slows him down just a bit for this hit. It is just going to be a 2-2 Hunter Jockey. Got to watch out for the DP potential from these high rooftops. Jockey goes in first to lead. Hunter drops down. They can try to get the 2-2 on the back line. Going to have to settle for a Hunt spit. Nick failing the first jump, but does eventually get up on that bar table and is able to keep it through.
Reloading. Reloading.
Well, I'll be damned. Fireproof zombies. Having a pistol.
Quad. Quad is going to be the next hit for FDC.
Reloading.
Great place to send it here.
We got pills here.
Got the rooftops. Looks like they want mostly rooftops. Cheeky smoker spot here behind the brushes. Death charge potential. Absolutely. Jockey Hunter, massive. Okay, they send in the charge first. They get 2. Can they get 3? Where's the smoke? They can't spawn the smoke. Oh man, FDC still gonna find great damage.
Ammo here.
I don't believe the damage was quite as good as what the Penguins were putting out, but it'll definitely manage here. The hits are something worth about 5% per.
Only way over is this bridge.
Okay.
But gonna have another 2-2 Smoker Hunter this time. No death charge
Well,
potential.
It's a plan. I don't know if it's a good plan, but it is a plan.
Boom is over. Doesn't find anybody. Smoke cleared. Hunter. Oh man, can't find the hunt spit. Can't find anything with that one. They will catch a break here for the time being. The Penguins will. Into the pause. Hoxteton asks, who are the champions of the first edition? That's actually a great question. I believe the first edition was quite a while ago, so I'm actually not even sure who won that. That's more of a question for MK. I'll ask him. I just asked him for you. We'll see. But it does look like we're back into the match.
Man spread.
Oh shit.
Where is Kiss Me? Another great question. Did they sack the quad? Yeah, I didn't think they did, but it's definitely still an amazing hit. Charger Jockey Smoker. Gotta watch out for death charges. Gotta watch out for damage in general. Jockey spawns behind. Nobody going for any high ground strategy. Charger trying to get a spawn in here in the porta potty, but Skipper doing an amazing job at blocking the spawns. The Jockey and the Smoker die off. Spitter is stranded as well as the charge, and they are just going to chill here for the time being. Now, FDC did have some solid momentum on their first few SI hits, but it's falling away for the time being. Looks like Penguins are going to be able to take on the tank without having to pop any pills, working with no temp health, etc. Unless this can land. We got a charge, hunt, spit, boom. As they bring it back, assumedly just for ammo, Skipper going to grab some as well. Okay, they're sending it above. This is the DP option that Penguins were able to cash in on, but it's going to be a little bit late for FDC here. They're going to be trying to convert it into... Oh, okay, they're going to just try to bring it in. Awkward charge. Oh, my God. And the skeet, they said, where you going with that one? Boom. Going to try to catch on the run back, perhaps. instant pop out of Ellis. Oh my god. Penguins are on point here for Chapter 2. A bit of a lackluster Chapter 1. They have converted into a stellar Chapter 2, but it's not done yet, of course. We still got this tank that they have to manage. Kumi going to be the second tank for Fratelli Decor. Currently got a Smoker Jockey Charger. What's the options here for FDC? This tank is so far away. Large amounts of chip, basically guaranteed. We saw the AI option that FDC opted for was almost incredibly successful. Smoking the charge. Still going to try to line up that charge. The distraction into a rock. Won't work out. Smoker dies last. Kumi wisely backs up the bus. Doesn't want to take any unnecessary chip. Not even going to attempt a curve rock or anything like that. Just going to back it all the way up. And now the go-go is being called, but from the survivor side. Go-go in the reverse direction to get themselves set up for the courtyard. Boom dies off. Kumi, second pass, 80%. FDC trying to set up for their ideal sack, but got to be careful about AI as well. Penguins are going for the chip. They're going to take this tank out here. 8 seconds left on Dreams. They're more than happy to take this out here. Look at all the chip that they're getting. SIs are hanging out. The jockey on top of the fence. He's not dead yet. He's not getting chipped that hard, but there they go. SI support is dead except for the charge, but he hits the rock out of the way. Oh my goodness, 75%. They've only taken 10% on this tank, and it does look like Kumi is in a tight spot here. Not going to be able to land that rock. 400 HP left, and Penguins are aiming to lock in an insane amount of points. They said Chapter 1 might have narrowly slipped out of our hands, but Chapter 2 certainly will not. 420 HP. Even smoke it if you got it. Smoker Boomer Jockey with the 2-2 on the boom. Smoker Jockey up above. Gotta watch out. Of course, these, you do not want to be shooting these windows. But no pressure through there. They'll be able to hop up, head through. AI tank. They're not even going to deal with it. But also no spit through here, but it will be the quad. Desperation quad here for FDC for sure. Penguins set up in here. Where is this tank? Tank is making his way eventually. Are they going to set up the whole way, or are they just trying to bait out this quad? Because, I mean, FDC doesn't have to hit here, right? If they don't hit, then Penguins are going to have to wait all the way for this tank to climb up and all this. But they don't have to send it. If they do send it, Penguins just immediately go forward. Tank is dead. Almost 1,000 bonus still in hands for the Penguins. FDC needs something massive, but maybe a quad can be the answer. Okay, the moment of anticipation. Hunter can't get in there. They do find a couple. They do find a couple, as well as some great charge smacks. But the Smoker Charger overlap and Jockey not able to do anything. Still will be solid damage. We'll take them down a peg for sure. About 150 bonus to be exact. But DB still strongly protected. Evo Rico pops a set of pills. And we are talking final moments of Chapter 2 here before they lock in 800 bonus, as well as doubling the distance that FDC found. In they go. They lock it up. Have they locked up the match? We're not sure yet, but how's about a 1,000-point advantage for Penguins early on here with 14-12 chapter score. Beautifully done by them. As we watch back this tank, they're thinking about walking it back, but they're like, hold on, Dream is dead, and this tank is just walking it in. So they just say, hey, get in some damage, kill the tank off. And look at the jockey. They're just on the fence. Ellis able to pretty much 1v2. He deals with the jockey, deals with the hunter very quickly. Charger displaces the rock target there. And what's the tank to do? other than cower in fear. Okay, we've got Chapter 3 of Suicide Blitz here. You might not be familiar with this campaign, so I'll go ahead and give you a rundown while we wait for the players to ready up. This is definitely going to be one of the more complex ones for Suicide Blitz. To start here, they're trying to jailbreak, going to get out into the lunch area. Got to climb up and around. Can use this area here to jump up. But basically, you know, without having to go through the entire chapter, there is a ton of CIs. It is tough to progress quickly through this chapter. 61% tank. Teams are assumedly going to have a lot of options for where they want to take this tank, where they have the opportunity to take the tank. And hopefully one of these teams, if not both, are going to be able to represent that complexity here. Charger getting the stumble. Hunter can't get in. Boom Smoke come in last for a good hit setup, but not much damage.
Time to beat on some sons of bitches.
Shit with this.
Get ready.
We are here with all these comments. You can see the survivors just running it through. There is the threat of a charge, but he's the last one to spawn. The survivors have already made it up over for the most part. Hold on, they're trying to send in the hit, but it's very slapdash. Hunter's already dead. Jockey Charger hanging out, and they are just going to hop up and over. 2-2 split. Maybe trying to catch the back targets off guard. Jockey on the coach takes him down for a ride. And the spit, but Rowe is going to be able to walk through it, but can't clear off the jockey. All the comments as well continuing to rip away with the jockey. Oh my god. It is a massive hit, and that's exactly the kind of situation that I was worried about when these teams take on the survivor side here in Chapter 3. You never know what's going to happen. If you risk it, it can definitely come back to bite you, and it certainly did in the case of the Penguins here. Another hit going to be ready soon. Got the Charger once again. Got the Spitter once again. Unfortunately, one of the SIs dying off. They're still going to send it in. Smoke charge, no good. No damage to be found with that one at all. And that will finally give Penguins a little bit of room to breathe. And myself as well.
Hey, watch out! Reload.
Tanking less than 10%, and I do wonder, Penguins, are they going to go for the drop through the hole to take it back to the cafeteria area with general lockdown? We'll see.
Reload.
Tough hit here. Penguins set up where they want it. They got a ghost hop over. They actually do find some insane damage. The smacks into the charge, into the smackdown with the triple boom as well. Fratelli manages to continue to lock down the Penguins. Rico's got to pop those pills. Beautifully executed by FDC. Tank is in, notably. Tank is in the hands of Dreams. Now, how do the Penguins handle this? Smoke comes out. Very quick clear, of course. Hunter, Jockey still left to try to delay. If they go for this drop down through the hole, which is what they're looking to do, the Jockey might be able to spawn in, catch him off guard. They're going straight through the hole. Jockey is not able to cut them off. Hunter does not try to cut them off. And they are able to walk it all the way back to block 1 at the cafeteria. This is such a great spot to take on the tank. It's risky to get down into here, but Penguins managed to do it, and they put FDC into a pretty tricky situation. Dreams second pass, gonna have to send it in with that charging Jockey Hunter. Okay, immediately rolling it in. Bree still up above as the tank has to hop on top of the lunch tables to eventually make it to Skipper. 2 smacks. Survivors dropping it down to get that final damage on the Dreams. And 2 on the Jockey. Charger doesn't do it. Just going to stumble. Skipper goes down. Tank trying to decommit with 800 HP left. Attempts the curve rock. Should be able to pick up their teammate here. Wild Dreams cowers. Gotta hand it to the Penguins. They managed quite well. They jump over the railing. They have basically made it out of harm's way at this point. Beautiful clear on the smoke. Jockey doing what he can. Tanko's AI. They've made another Tanko AI, and they have locked it down. That being said, Bully was a boom, I do believe. He goes into spec for the reset. With the tank still alive, even though it's AI, this means that FDC is going to be able to get a quad. So they could keep taking advantage of the fact that the AI tank is alive to set themselves up for quads, which we're going to see available right now for FDC. Penguins desperately trying to make it through this area. Are they going to take it inside for this anti-quad protection? I love it. Penguins get set up at an on-the-fly anti-quad setup right in time for FDC's quad. They're going to wait it out, but they decide to keep it moving. FDC wasn't quite set up for that. They're all hitting from behind. This is going to be horrible for FDC. Charge gets in for one smack, and that's that. A little bit of a suboptimal entry. It just felt like they weren't ready. Penguins gave them time, but they gave them just enough time to try to start overthinking it. And that was when the Penguins struck. Tempo, so important in this game. Being at the right place at the right time, and the Penguins certainly were there for that hit. Beautifully orchestrated by them. That being said, no spit still in the rotation, but it's going to be the boom for Bully. SI is running out of time to set up for another quad. They just got to send this as 3. Hunter, Jockey, not the most inspired hit. Smoker does get in for some damage. Boom walks in last. And hey, they set up another quad, but will they even get to spring the trap? They're slow, yes. Looks like they should be able to. $317 bonus left to try to tear through for this SI side here. FDC, the safe room is right up ahead. But FDC has managed to get a hit ready to go. Got 2 pathways of entry here. Coach is going to block the back spawn. Actually got 3, but we got Skipper blocking the other spawns as well. They are eventually going to start walking it forward. Coach able to block the spawns on the backside for the time being. Eventually decides to start walking it forward very carefully. Another precarious spot here for the survivors as they've got to climb around here. Looks like the SIs want to send in their hit through this complex area. Jockey, Charger. Charger above. Jockey behind. Hunter forward. And they let them pass. They let them hop forward. They let them hop across. Coach continues to block. And then they make it through. Oh my goodness, they're going to go on Coach. Finally, Charge comes in from the side. They won't quite land the quad. But they go, oh my god, the smoke pulled down as well. Rose got to decide what to do. Oh my god, it's not going to be a quad landing, but it's going to be insane damage. Jockey still in here in the mix. Into the way. Wow, beautifully done by FDC. They buy themselves a lot of time as well to set up for another one.
Can you make it?
Good enough.
He goes down. Kowalski. Or rather, Cabo. We got the Hunter ready for the catch with the charge going through on the stumble. Grabs him. 1, 2. Kowalski. He manages to get back up, but the smoke ball. Will it snap the neck? No, he's not quite black and white, but he is down. And he is gone as well because they cannot go back to pick him up. They are going to have to walk it in as 3. Wow, excellently done by FDC. They managed to get rid of 300 points of bonus. Beautifully done by FDC. Just when you think that their heads are out of it, they managed to string together a beautiful, beautiful end of the line hit. They waited so long for this, folks. Remember, think back to how long FDC let this hit sit there. And oftentimes, that's a bad decision, right? You invest so much for a hit that just doesn't work out. A lot of times, you just want to cash in your hits. But FDC decided, we got to send it here. We got to find the value here. And they certainly did. Beautifully done by them. Wow. Will that give them enough momentum to make something happen here in Chapter 3? We're not sure yet. but that's a beautiful start. The end of one round and the start of another. Can FDC hold on to this? Down 1,000 after chapter 2. Over 1,000 points lost in one chapter. But they're trying to bounce back. We do have War Turtle in the building. Welcome in, War Turtle. We got one ready up before we go in. This hit was a dud for FDC. Let's see what the Penguins can do with it. Smoker, Hunter, Charger, Boom. Charge does land. Bit of a late start for the other SIs. Hunter finally hops through. Smoke pull at the same time. Boom dies last with a pop.
Reloading. Y'all get ready now.
What's the move for FDC here? How quickly are they going to try to make it through?
Look out now.
Are they just going to slow it down, keep it chill? Or are they going to try to beat the buzzer? Charges up. Hunter, Jockey, Spit. They're sending it immediately. Charge will whiff. Jockey, a nice skid on the Hunter by Proud. One-shot ski onto Evil Rico with that shotty. They got 2 shotguns, and they're putting them to work, getting some CI clears as well. You got such a CI overwhelm through here. But FDC has chopped them down. They get to keep going through. Losing a big chunk of their bonus, yes, but it's to be expected because you have to press the issue here. You got to press that button. It is ready. They're going to send it in. They're just going to cash this in right away. I love it. They get the double with the stumble onto row. Takes a while. Smoke follow-up is not going to be good, but still getting another 5%. They will definitely take that for what was not the most optimal of hits. They just immediately cash it in and get ready for the next one.
Guns here.
Reloading.
Penguins trying to find that damage. Pre-tank, they got one more shot at it. Charger, Hunter, Spitter, Boom, 2-2. Boom does find 2, slows them down. They just chill here for the time being. Boomer is set up ready for a double dip at this. We've got Miruru in the chat. Melulu Huaning. He says Loopy family. Charge can't find it. Hunt Spit. Of course, Loopy family being one of those teams still remaining at the ACI 2. Hits done. Pretty much the least amount of damage that Penguins have been able to find with all their hits so far. Maybe even including that first hit out the safe room. Smoker shut down. Should be able to bring in the tank here. Kowalski. Of course, he was a smoke. Just trying to get any amount of damage they can before this tank is brought in. But FDC slows it down. And they wait this out. Hit on the run back. Gotta be careful of that. Boom! Finds 2. Charger doesn't find anything. Jockey in the 1v1. Should get shut down. Yes, he will. But with the double boom, will the tank be able to pressure this? They gotta race against the clock to get into the hole. Can they make it? Remains to be seen. FDC continues to back the bus up as the cars rain over. Won't find him. That does give FDC the green light. The dumpster. Oh my god. But they do it. They make it inside. Their woes are behind them for the time being. Smoker, Charger, Hunter. Gotta be careful of any connections here as they drop down. Would be disastrous to leave. Okay, Coach does wait. Coach does wait. They regroup. Get everybody in tow. Charge. Surprise. Does find him with the wall. Smoker, Hunter, Jockey. Looks like what the Penguins want here. May get a boomer, but they've got time. Maybe they want the boomer. Who knows what they want? Assuming Jockey. And Kowalski's just going to chill. He must feel like the next hit is, or the next SI is what they want. Boom. Okay, I think he's got to be satisfied with this. Even if he's not satisfied, he's got to be satisfied. 40%, 30%, he is in. Hopping over the railing, trying to find Row right away. Smoke pull away, but it'll be good enough to get her into the corner. Doesn't have to deal with those lunch tables anymore. Well, down she goes with that one. Another smack onto Bully. Also hit with that double boom. Smoke pull on the sideline. Oh my goodness. The SIs are dead, but this tank is still going to town. In the corner, missing a smack. Eventually lands onto Bully. Can he get another one? And Bully will not go down, of course. A huge munch out of the remaining bonus for FTC. Absolutely. As he says, baile, monkey. That's crazy. That's a crazy statement. I believe translated that means monkey, dance monkey, which now that I think about it, maybe it's a translation I should have made, but he wrote monkey in English, so he kind of knew. Charge then. Jockey catching in the spit with the boom stumble away from the spit, however. Okay, dealing with the commons, cutting them down. You know, they've got 285 bonus left, but nothing too major. Hunter, Smoker, Charger, Spitter. FTC's got a long way left to go. They did a great job of cutting down the Penguins of Madagascar, but they need perfection through here to start making back on that 1,000 points. Ready to go. 3-1 with the spit. Smoke pool is good. Hunts are going to take Rowe, who is already being smoked upon, into that spit. Ooh. FTC doing all right. Doing all right on the hit. 240 bonus left.
Don't worry about me. I'll be okay.
You gotta be kidding me.
Come on, girl. I thought we were closer than that.
Boomer, Smoker, Jockey, Charger. Boomer immediately goes in from behind. Is that just going to be a sack into a quad or a spit? I mean, if they can hold on to this bonus, it will be insane. But that sewers area is not the most forgiving area. With the boom sack, it does give them a moment's reprieve, but it looks like at the transition to down below, they're definitely going to try to cash in this quad. Here they go. Smoke pool. Charger climbing up. Immediately into the charge. Down goes Kumi. Bully on 1 HP. But he does survive.
Oh, you're the man, Ellis. You're the man.
They keep Bully on 1 HP here. Kumi, black and white. Trying to make it across the finish line here.
Reloading.
139 bonus left. Eating away 100 with one hit. Can they eat away another 100 with another hit? In they go. Immediate clear. Boom finds one. Okay. Kumi not having a ton of health left to work with, but it might get the job done. An important point of note here is that Ellis is holding on to 10% of the DB, which is a good chunk of that remaining bonus. So they should be able to eat through the last of the DB for sure. But this HB as well as the pills, are they going to pop them? They keep passing him back and forth. Kumi, black and white. He does pop them. He does pop them. They just want to keep their 4 survivors alive here. Blocking spawns very carefully, but here it is. Here's the area that ended the Penguins. Will it end FDC as well?
I'm too young and too beautiful to die.
Kumi certainly taking his time. Hunt spawn. Will he catch it? No, he's got an SMG. He's not going to be able to catch that. The hang immediately. Kumi is dead. We got a hang. We got a down. We got a stumble. And that... Oh, Kumi is still alive, actually. Kumi lives. In dreams. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, the smoker. It's good. The pull is good. Kumi. Kumi, take your time. Oh my god, the bonus is Where is, does she have no ammo? No, look at the ammo. It took me so long to realize nobody has ammo. Down goes Ellis. Down goes Kumi. No ammo to work with. No health left to work with. And it will be a beautiful round by FTC, but the fact remains they are down 1,000 points. They need a little bit more than that, but they do tie on the chapter. Got to be at least decently happy with it. Welcome in, Cesaru. Yes, when I saw this match, I was so excited to cast it. Penguins versus FDC, it really doesn't get better than this. And it certainly has delivered here so far. Watching the tank back, Able to find a surprisingly large amount of damage. That double boom definitely helping out as well. Couldn't quite see how he landed it. Was more focused on the tank finding the corner, but here's the boom. There he is, right on top of him. Finds two with those commons, rolling it in very quickly. Look at how quickly they're in there. They were on standby. Boomer calls them in on speed dial, and they're in. Of course, I feel like there's been a lack of finales here in competitive Left 4 Dead 2 lately. Been casting a lot of grand finales, a lot of this, a lot of that. Haven't seen as many grand finales, but it's still on the menu. If FDC can manage to cut this rift between these two teams, point-wise, down a bit, they are going to have a 25% tank. Certainly a good spot to do it with. Got this first choke here. You can go down two different hallways. Smoke from one, charge it from the other. Won't find it. Maybe a smack. They will get a double boom. Not much damage. Another hit. Ready to go. Pace. Very quick from Penguins. Even with that boom landing. Have they avoided a choke? They are certainly going to sit it in here, but Penguins are able to just back it up. I don't know about that from FDC. They got a little bit excited on that one. Standing spit will still surprisingly enough be good. Smoker hangs out. Of course, we got the tank right here, so it does make sense a bit that they would just send it like that, but maybe just a little bit more patience could have worked out a lot better for them. Regardless, tank gonna be in the hands of Bully. He's got a lot of work left to do, and this is just a notoriously rough spot to do it with. Look, you got the verticality, you got all this different shit that you have to climb on top of. Charger doesn't want any of that. Boom doesn't want any of that. They are gonna have Smoke, Jockey, Hunter, and I definitely agree with that. How else are you gonna find the caps here that they desperately need for this tank? Penguins definitely know what's up. It was telegraphed to them by that charge boom sack. Can the SIs even wait for a corner, though, is the question. Is the tank even going to be able to find a corner? It is definitely possible that they can just avoid the corner altogether. Bully's going to have to try to find what he can. Climbs up, starts hopping immediately onto the pipeline. Not quite. Finds a corner onto Row very quickly. He's got it trapped up in there. Smoker, Hunter, Jockey ready to go. But look at the clear from Ellis, the coverage rather. And he goes with the SMG. They can't find it on him. Oh, they will eventually find that. The smoke pull. The Jockey's good. Have they done it? Oh my god, the pistol as well. They are going to be able to finish that off. Not quite. Jockey. What? They let it go. The smoker died off. How did he die? How did this? Oh my god, how was that not a wipe, folks? How was that not a wipe, folks? What happened? How did that smoke get cleared? Oh my god. Beautifully done by the Penguins. They managed to survive it. Half of the bonus left, and they're going to continue to get distance points racked up, most importantly. Hits ready to go. Can't help but feel like FDC's got to feel a little bit deflated after that one. They got a ton of damage in, but still, that feeling of just deflation. How about that, though? Double charge will get insta-cleared. Okay, smoke pull with the spit. Oh, it's so good. Boom stumble. Not going to go back through the spit, but it will be some good follow-up damage. Hunter is jumping around, but the hit's not quite ready yet. It's going to be the 3-1. Hunter just trying to slow down for a bit before they make it into the bowling alley. Yes, they're going to send it around the alarm car. Alarm car does not get triggered. Nothing gets in. No good. No good at all, except a couple charge smacks. Alarm car gets avoided. They'll be able to make it through the bowling alley quickly, but the question is, will they make it all the way through? Got this other entrance, or the exit here. Cabo's made quick pace. Teammates will follow in tow. They do make it outside of the bowling alley into another alley.
Oh shit! Watch out!
Come on, girl. I thought we were closer than
Gotta head through this doorway. Good spot for a choke. They got a long way to travel. Penguins on fire. Gonna keep shutting it down. 400 bonus left in their hands, and they are looking to lock this match down. They continue to get the distance locked in at about 400 distance at this point, and that's all they really need. Bonus is going to be a cherry on top if they can get it. Of course, this is a very scary event to finish off Chapter 4.
Down this alley.
It's kind of finale-esque, if you ask me. A lot of ways for the bonus to go sideways. Desperation attempt, but the spit's good. The spit's great. Unfortunately, Charger can't find anything. Boom stumble. Gonna help out a bit. Was it a quad?
I'm gonna reload through this building.
FDC?
Reloading.
Certainly wouldn't blame them if they started angling for quads, but it's just going to be that 3-1. Boomer doing such a good job at keeping them in the spit that you can't really be too upset that the Boomer's back. He did his job, for sure. In goes the hit. A long way away. Once again, nice instant clear on the charge. Everything else easily cleared in tow. Smoke can't even find a scratch. And they wait. They wait. They made it to the end. They've held on to a respectable 20% of the bonus. Nothing crazy, but going to make it very difficult for FTC to mount a comeback here. Jockey from one end, gets him 2 away. Can't get in there, but the spin will be good. I mean, the charge and the jockey lands as well. The spin will be decent, I guess. Down goes Nick.
Reloading. Stop shooting me.
Coach trying to get on board. Hunter, is there smoke? There is a smoke. Smoke pull. Instant clear. Instant clear. Well done by Penguins. Not going to get caught off guard by any shenanigans there as the train takes them to safety. Full 600 distance. 211 bonus rounded down to what? 210 or maybe 208, but regardless. Excellently done. Yeah, 208, 799 for the chapter. Can't be too upset with that one. Now they pass the turn to FDC. As we watch this tank bring it in, we got to watch this tank back. The smoke looking like it sealed the deal. One player gets up, but you're like, oh, the tank will just corner that player. Have plenty of HP, but the smoke getting cleared as well. I'm very curious if we catch on camera that smoke getting cleared, because it looked like that was it. Look at him. Gets him down on row. Look at this smoke catch. Boom. Where's the clear? He M2'd it away. Oh my goodness. That explains that. Beautifully done by the Penguins. Smoke into the charge. Okay, still gonna get the smack. Boom spawns in behind, doesn't find anything. Free entry for FTC. Cheers to Zunix. Hunter, Charger, Smoker, Spitter. Hunter ricocheting through. Charge cuts on the back line for 2 with the Hunter catching as well. There's swimming in the spit. Goodbye bonus. Oh my god, what a hit onto FDC. Beautifully done. Narrow corridor, collateral charge, and Skipper going to be able to follow up on a Survivor team with only 75% of the bonus left. That means that they've lost 1% of their bonus for every 1% of distance that they've made. Which obviously in the early phases is not good. Charge goes through, Boom goes through. Another blatant Hunter Smoker Jockey setup. Nothing too surprising. If FDC can avoid a corner, this is going to be insane for them. 1,000 bonus left in the tank. Easier said than done. I set it up as being pretty easy, but Penguins got immediately cornered. See if the same happens to FDC. In he goes. Avoiding the corner for now. Drops down, and there he is, right into the corner. Gotta be careful about hitting him out of it. And he goes down. Smoke pool. Jockey hopping around. SI coverage is not as good as it was, but it'll be enough to get another corner. The smacking away, and down goes Drew. No, actually, he will not go down. Down goes the tank, but still not going to have a ton of bonus left in the tank. We'll see how much they got left on the pickup. 638. 638. And with Penguins finding 208, that leaves them a maximum possible coverage of 400 points, needing 600 on the finale. Smoke into the charge. Collateral? No. Just going to take it right into the corner with the spit. Big damage. Big damage.
I could go for a nap right now.
Not really. To be honest, not really big damage. But it's big enough. Let's be real. Ooh, trying to catch him off guard. Hunter will land. Lots of stumbles. With the smoke. Oh my god. The charge does get lasered down quick. Smoker dealt with. Bonus. Continuing to bleed out. We've got the raid. Welcome in Monsexo. Bienvenidos. Amaguitos. Welcome in Preston as well. I'm assuming the Sea and Wind match is done. Unfortunately, these matches were at the same time. I hope that was a good match. Penguins versus Fratelli di Cuore has been an insane match so far. As you can see, Penguins do end up being ahead by quite a bit here. Fratelli got a lot of work left to do. Hunter, nice one-shot ski. How did that happen? Jockey said, actually, hell no, I'm out. He's out of there. Spitstead, he keeps the jockey alive, though. Charge from behind. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Kumi goes down.
I'm sorry.
Awkward situation from FDC. Kumi getting caught off guard, trying to, I guess, block spawns, but not blocking that corridor, that closet. Through the cinema they go. Bleeding out. Going to be limping soon. Kumi already is. Black and white, by the way. Hunter in. Shotgun will be good. Everything gets avoided. They do set up for a quad.
Reloading. Watch out.
Lacking for ammo. A few of them do seem to be lacking for ammo. I just streamed. No, they're good. They're good. I take it back. They're good. Spawns are ready to go, and it is a quad. They've got the ammo to deal with it. But do they have the shots? Look at them all double teaming on the back line. Charge is good. Nothing else. But Kumi's dead. Wait. Hello? The unfortunate death of Kumi there. Still got some good bonus to get, or distance rather, to get locked in as well. So that's going to hurt them. Poo-2. Oh, and they both land it with the spit. Right on Nicholas. Boomed on. Oh, the jockey carries through. Oh, no. The boost. Oh, my goodness. Down goes Bully. Down goes their HB. Down goes their bonus. And down goes FBC.
Thanks, Nick. You all right. No pain, no gain. I must be about to gain some serious shit.
Hold on, guys. Let's get out of here. That could have been me doing the voice acting there. That's crazy. They just get anyone to do voice acting. All right, Charger's over. Smack. Smoke pool. Boom. Nope. They do get to keep the smoke for some shenanigans here at the tail end. They're just going to keep trying to smoke. I love it. Okay, hits go. Down goes Bully, and the spit's good. Oh my god. And the jockey. What a way to finish the game. GG's go out, and that will be Fratelli di Cuore getting stomped on a bit by Penguins. Fratelli did manage to win Chapter 1 on Suicide Blitz, but it was all downhill from there. 1,000 points on Chapter 2. Carried over through Chapters 3 and 4 was enough to seal the deal by the Penguins of Madagascar. And sometimes one good chapter is really all it takes. They will lock it up there. Beautifully done tank by, I believe, Skipper. Yes, it was. And that will seal the deal. Now, we do have more casting on the board coming at y'all in about 2.5 hours. We will have, I believe, the... Let me check. We are going to have Science and Technology versus the Ninjas in Paris at 2 a.m. Eastern Time, 2 a.m. Peru time. So about 2.5 hours from now, Science and Technology versus Ninjas in Paris. I believe that's a loser's bracket match for the Incheon Cup, so you definitely are not going to want to miss that one. A lot of teams, or a lot of viewers, are familiar with the Ninjas in Paris, the Australian team. Of course, they are kind of worldwide. I believe we got a member from Vietnam. I believe people from America as well, so kind of an international squad going on there. I'm going to be covering them in about 2.5 hours, but for now, that is going to be it. Of course, we'll have Saturday morning matches as well as Sunday morning matches. We've got Aqualax playing. Let me check. Aqualax playing on Sunday at 9 a.m. We've got Gedyuka Gang versus Cat Revenge tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Replacing the pain pills item was a challenge.
Osu versus others. Unfortunately, that already happened. Soon versus NPC as well. A lot of other matches as well. So I'm going to go ahead and end it out here. I'm going to close out our predictions. Congratulations to Pingüinos Betors. And let's find Jello rating. Much love, and we'll see you later tonight if you're around.
Hiding around them blind corners, trap you up in the crack corners. Don't show your face when I come through. Audi BMW, rockin' the donut's head drama. Liga mode fed drama. Ping pong and hoes mean I hit you and your mama. Back to the safe room with y'all's dumb asses. Try again next time, ho. Feed your girl ceviche. Now she trying to freak me. SG full clip like you really got that shit. 30 shot ski, talking like you told he told me. You got 60p SMG accuracy. Get your stupid ass on the server. Spin a whole clip on my Honda, where's the murder? Yeah, you hear me screaming? That means I'm still alive. Hey y'all, I need some help. And you're not doing shit. I'm still standing here. Reloading! Do you want me to turn on unlimited ammo for your stupid ass?
Bienvenido, hermano. No pongas emoticones, cosita, pon un chat normal. Epa, 9 now. Thank you so much for your raid. I love you so much. Thank you. I hope that your stream was good. Was epic. I don't know how to say that. Because I need to. ¡Ay! El Peter que viene con todo. No me deja narrar en inglés. Que viene el tan entonces. Tan. Que se computer. Tan con punche, dale, si bien, muy gracias tío, thank you so much man, I love you so much, thank you for the raid, se viene con todo, gana Manolo, gana con todo, se viene rapidito el tan que viene a manos de Ángel que quiere hacer la suya, Boomer por la parte trasera, Tancito que puede hacer de las suyas, tiene que mover la caja y no tiene de otra,